Hello and welcome to Pride of South London Fan TV. Ali here, bringing you my match preview of the game between Palace and Man City, which will be played on Monday night under the lights at Selhurst in a very, very tough game against the league leaders. But before we get into it, just going to start with some breaking news. It has been confirmed that Chelsea are unable to sell match tickets, just like Brighton. So let's get into the game. Tough one, isn't it? League leaders, although we did beat them earlier in the season, although the mainstream media have conveniently forgotten about that. Arsenal drew at home to Man City, and it was heralded as an incredible result. And we've not really been spoken about, has it? But we beat them 2-0. And by the way, we were 1-0 up when they had their player sent off in injury time in the first half. And then Wilfried Zaha entered rent-free into about 8 Man City players' heads. It was a terrific, terrific day at the Etihad. However, I do fear it's going to make it doubly difficult for us because it will be hard to repeat the trick. I think Pep's going to have them really, really ready for this one. I think they would have identified the game as a potential banana skin, to be honest, especially in light of our result at the Etihad. And they are, of course, under increasing pressure to continue to get results, with Liverpool applying that pressure with a 2-0 win against Brighton today. What a fantastic result. So let's start thinking about the team that I would select for this one. And the main gist, really, of my team selection is really I would like to develop some momentum. I think, really, we need to pick the same team on a consistent basis. We haven't done that for a while, not since December, really, because of AFCON and COVID and things like that. And I think this is a good opportunity to do that based on the 2-0 win against Wolves, which hopefully we can build upon. That was a fantastic result away at Molineux. So if I just get into the team, it is the same 11 as the team at Wolves. In goal, Vicente Guaita. Listen, I think Vicente Guaita is Patrick Vieira's number one. That's clear. Butland's had a couple of good performances where you think, hang on, he might stay in the team here. But Guaita's come straight back in from injury. And I think he is number one mainly because of his ability to pass out from the back is better than Butland. And some might argue that shouldn't be something that you judge a goalkeeper on, but that's the way of modern football. I mean, that's why Joe Hart's Man City career was ended by Pep Guardiola. So Guaita comes in, and he did keep a clean sheet at Wolves, so I would keep him in. Left back Tyrick Mitchell picks itself. Nathaniel Klein, I think, again, part of a team with a clean sheet at Molineux. Not sure on the latest on Joel Ward's injury, but Klein's been doing okay. I wouldn't say he's been doing fantastic. You know, I still maintain, like pretty much every Palace fan, I think that we need to buy right back in the summer. But he's come in and he's done a reasonable enough job. Centre backs, Anderson with Guéhi as captain. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Guéhi, under 21 captain. Obviously, the managers and coaches see those leadership qualities in him, and it just makes you more excited for the years ahead with him at Palace. And I have to say, Anderson, I think, over the last few games has been playing really well. I've always been a fan of his, but he's been, if there's any question marks, is sometimes he hasn't been commanding enough, and he's been extremely commanding at the back. And I'll say it again, part of the defence that kept the clean sheet at Molineux. Now, I did say that I would keep the same team, but if I knew James McArthur was available, I would bring him in because his ability to win the ball back for us would be extremely important against this Man City team. However, I don't think he's going to be available to start, and even if he was, I don't think he'd be thrown straight back in. So I'm going to stick with the same midfield three. I'm not really normally a fan of Schlupp in the middle, and I voiced that really before the Wolves game, and then he had a great game. So I think he deserves to stay in there. I think he will be important in that we will counter against Man City, and his pace in that middle can be a really useful tool when we need to start counter-attacks, especially against the likes of Man City. Even in that 2-0 win at the Etihad, they had 68% possession and we had 32. So being able to break quickly from the Man City and countering ourselves will be important. And Schlupp in the middle could be very, very useful in doing that. So Schlupp in the middle. The only thing I don't like about it is that Gallagher then goes deeper and not in the more advanced role where he's done so well. But without McArthur, I think that should be the midfield three. The front three is the same front three again. Zaha and Elise, for me, the way they're playing at the moment is just brilliant. The crossfield balls to each other. You know, this has got Balassi and Zaha vibes, I think, except I think, you know, it's potentially better And if we could keep those two together for a few more years, it's just so exciting. Zaha, of course, in a rich vein of form off the back of winning goal of the month, which, you know, deserved, but I didn't really expect, because usually it just rotates between Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man United and Man City. But he did win it, which is brilliant and great, and another boost to his confidence. He's been in great form since he's come back from AFCON. Up front, there ain't no striker better than Jean-Philippe Mateta. Who would have thought that Mateta would be first choice striker? And also, like, in most fans team I see on social media, but the movement for the goal at Wolves was brilliant, fantastic. And also the way that he worked for that goal. But, you know, the thing with Mateta is sometimes, you know, he'll do things like, how is he even a Premier League footballer? But then sometimes he'll just do something like, wow, this guy is like 5 seconds ahead in his brain, ahead of some of the players on this pitch. He is very hit and miss, but that's what I like about him. I don't think there are many Premier League strikers like him. He's definitely a maverick, and that's what makes our front three of Zaha, Elise, and Mateta even more interesting and exciting. So I've gone with the same front three. Let me know what you would do. What would be your first 11 for the game on Monday night? Is there any tweaks you would make to that team in order to try and get us a result against the league leaders, Man City? Let me know in the comments below. Prediction. Like I said, I think this will be tough. I think it'll be hard to repeat the trick. I'm going to go 3-1 Man City. I hope I'm wrong, but I think they're going to be bang up for this. And I think they will win 3-1. But we have shown, like we did at the Etihad, and how we've shown through the season, we're capable of giving anyone a game. So hopefully I'm wrong. But I'm going to go 3-1 Man City and hope that we're saving our win for later in the week against Everton in the Cup. So a massive week coming up for us, for Crystal Palace. I'll be doing a review of the Man City game, so make sure you check that out. Let me know in the comments, what team would you pick for the match? What is your prediction for the game? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've liked this video, please press the subscribe button.